There also in field goal percentage.
They're only averaging 92 points a game. Their opponent's 98. Portland, on the other hand, they're shooting 44% on the year, averaging 106 points a game. They haven't exactly been tearing it up offensively either, except the last 3 games for Rick Adelman.
Well, Rick has done an outstanding job. Last year they get beat in the semifinals by the Lakers, big upset, and the year before they were in the finals versus Detroit. Took a lot of starch out of them losing to LA last year, but they should be back.
And there's Jimmy Rogers in his first season, a career record of 95 and 75. First 2 years with the Boston Celtics. Took over for Bill Musselman, who was released at the end of last year. And we are just about ready to play. Eddie F. Rush, Tommy Nunez, and Louis Grillo will be the officials for tonight's ball game. Talk about Rick Adelman and Portland losing in the Western Conference Finals to LA. He said he didn't even watch the games. He taped them. And we are set. Spencer and Kersey jumping up, and Jerome Pooh Richardson.
Now, in the first 2 years of Coach Musselman here in Minnesota, they would walk the ball up, take their time. Jimmy Rogers is trying to employ an up-tempo attack and spreading out the basketball and a selection of shots.
But is Jimmy Rogers finding out that maybe the talent doesn't fit that type of offense? Is Spencer, not known as an offensive power, misses?
Remember the old key, Ron. If they get good shots, that's all you can ask.
Bob Williams inside, can't get it. We have our first whistle of the ball game.
Now, you coach in Minnesota, you know you have a problem tonight because you're playing against one of the real beat fast break teams in this league, even after you score. So you know your transition defense must be there, and then you've got to do a great job on the defensive boards. Here's a clear out for Kersey.
Kersey inside to Williams. He's going to have to throw it back out. 15 on the shot clock, a lot of time. Terry Porter right around. Pooh Richardson with a little acrobatic shot. Minnesota pushes the ball up quickly. Corbin from the outside, and we're knotted up at 2.
Well, you know, Portland was... I know you can always say, hey, they're trying to up-tempo, but in the early going, sometimes you're not ready for it.
Drexler answers with his first 2. He's averaging 20 a game, and here comes Pooh again, quickly down. The hand goes up.
He's wide open.
Corbin pushes off, no foul, and he'll track down the rebound. Over Williams, in and out. But he gets the follow.
Now, they're averaging 17 offensive rebounds. 15 is a lot in this league. Now, I know they miss a lot of shots, Ron, because you can't shoot 39% that they shoot and not have a lot of offensive boards. But so far in the early going, I like the pace that they're coming back at Portland, and I also like no one has forced a shot.
Only one win for Minnesota this year. Buck Williams with his first 2. Their only win was over Sacramento, 84-80. Campbell pulls the off-balance triggered. Spencer inside for 2.
Now, Felton Spencer is an outstanding offensive rebounder. He has 25 offensive boards in the last 5 games. That's 5 per. And Dennis Rodman led this league with only 4. So that kind of puts you in a select group of people.
Rick Adelman said he's not dismayed or he's not overwhelmed by the fact that Minnesota has not shot well. Spencer comes down with the defensive rebound. He says, I'm nervous playing these guys because they've shot so poorly and they're due to break out of it. Mitchell, the baseline, in and out.
If they can keep up this tempo, this will be outstanding because you can see Portland is starting out this game very lethargic. They're just going through the motions.
Corbin battles for the rebound. Outlet to Richards.
There you go. Take it to the hole.
Over Duckworth for 2.
Anytime that you play a quality team, you must get easy shots, and you only get easy shots in 2 places: out on the fast break and in second shot opportunities.
First lead for Minnesota. Inside, Clyde Drexler draws the foul.
Anytime that you play Portland, whoever is playing the second guard position as Drexler, you are going to be posted. If Drexler is not in the flow on the fast break, they will immediately post him on your second guard, applying a lot of pressure to you. What you must do to him down on that box area is muscle him and knock him around before he gets the pass.
One of the most graceful athletes in the game. Clyde Drexler says he set his own personal goals this year. Field goal percentage, he wants to shoot in the 50s. He wants to be in the mid-80s from the free throw line. He's 100% this evening. We are tied up at 8, nearing the 9-minute mark of the first quarter. Ron Poole and Hubie Brown and Ernie Johnson in our studios in Atlanta. Keep you posted on other NBA action tonight. Corbin over Drexler. A long pass to Clyde off the glass for an easy 2. He has 6.
What we said earlier, that's an interesting matchup. Campbell and Drexler. Great move by Pooh Richardson.
Kick it back out, gets it back in his hands. Back to Pooh. Has it blocked by Drexler, and he comes down with it again. Drexler with his 5th block of the year.
Nice pass.
Great pass, and inside, Sam Mitchell is hammered by Jerome Kersey.
What a beautiful pass. Now, at that time, Richardson had absolutely nothing. The shot clock going down. You're going to see him now. Once he makes his penetration, comes underneath. They keep him behind. Look at this court awareness. Excellent move. Good pump fake that time by Mitchell. You're looking at this ball club, and they do not have a lot of beef. Outside of Felton Spencer, their frontline people, meaning Corbin and Mitchell, are really slight of body. And when you're talking about posting up a team like the Portland Trailblazers, who have outstanding defensive forwards, they're in for a long night trying to post up.
Minnesota strong at the center position and point guard. Weak in the front line, however, at the forwards. Duckworth, Spencer leaning on him, the little left-handed baby hook. Spencer tips it away, outlet to Richardson.
3 on 3.
Booth shakes and bakes. What a pass. Kicks it out to Mitchell. Count it.
As long as Pooh keeps this up, Ron, he's getting down in that lane, and when he kicks out, they must knock down the open shot.
Corbin with the steal.
Come on, get it up. 3 on 3.
First turnover of the game. Richardson fakes left, dishes off to Mitchell off the glass. No offensive foul.
Good call that time. That was a nice drop off. When you drop off to big guys, you're just hoping that they can, that once they make the catch, they're not too far away, because sometimes they put it on the floor and they cannot control their bodies.
That's Mitchell's 2nd personal foul. Wolves by 2. There you saw the time left in the first quarter, 7:35. Drexler just quickly turns and just flips it up.
See, that can't happen in a game like this. There's no way that Campbell can get picked on a double screen and not even be in your picture by the time Drexler catches it, and looks through a periscope to get the shot off.
He's 3 of 4. Campbell outside, nothing but net. Campbell's in the book with his first 2. He's the leading scorer for Minnesota this year, only averaging, 14 a game. Drexler for 3, doesn't get it. Porter tracks down the rebound.
Well, the coaching staff with Portland, they're concerned about shooting too quick in their offense. They like more than one pass. They like it to get to the 2nd and 3rd passes in the half-court offense.
On the bulletin board in their locker room prior to the game, it said, be patient offensively. Don't take the first, take a shot after the first pass. Over to Mitchell, looking inside for Spencer. Duckworth on him. Felton pivots around, no place to go, but he does get up the right hand.
They have 2 big bodies in there right now. Duckworth is at 280, and then you look at Felton Spencer, you're talking about a guy 270.
And we've got a timeout as a foul was called. 6:19 left in the first quarter. The Wolves lead it by 2.
Now, the big question in tonight's game is, can the Wolves keep up this tempo? Now, watch the stutter dribble. Now, a little reverse. Now, watch Drexler come over and help out. And then hitting the outside perimeter shooter. Now, if Pooh Richardson can continue that and break the defense down and force double coverage, that will open up those little 15 to 17-foot jump shots on the wing.
A couple of numbers. Pooh Richardson with 3 assists so far. Portland shooting 6 of 12. Minnesota 7 of 14, so both at 50%. Now we've had 7 ties, and there you see the offensive rebounds. That foul was on Felton Spencer, his first, 3rd team foul. Cattleman said in the offseason they talked a lot about patience in a training camp offensively, and he doesn't buy it when people say that Portland was weak in the half-court game.
Well, he claims that all they did was they shot too quickly, and now that was a very nice move. See, anytime that you play the good teams, they pass into the post, and you'll always see that cutter come down the middle, and if you do not come to rotate, you have the layup. Unselfish play by Buck Whitney.
Terry Porter anticipates the pass, takes it away from Richardson. Mitchell, but Terry takes it right inside for his 4th point of the ball game.
Good anticipation by Porter. He is not quick afoot, Rod, but he has excellent instincts and plays the passing lanes extremely well. This I expected to see a lot of this right here. Posting Tony Campbell.
Who fakes the 3, takes it inside the lane, has to dish it off. Campbell's shot won't go.
Who Richardson is finding the right people. Oh, my.
Drexler is hot tonight. He has 10.
See, Jimmy Rogers all upset. Campbell has not been in any picture with Drexler putting the ball on the floor. He's just going right by him, and we're going to see Doug West coming into this game here. Or I would expect Tony Campbell right here.
Oh, Campbell says, Coach, don't take me out yet. I can still score. He has 4. That stops a 6-0 Portland run. The Blazers still by 2 with 4:45 left in the first.
Now, this is interesting. See, they are not double-teaming the post guy. This guy's got a million moves.
Buck Williams right into his hand, and he puts it right back.
Buck's doing what he does well. Every year you put 1,000 rebounds next to his name, whether it was in New Jersey or with the Portland Trailblazers. He's the lunch pail guy.
You've got it. We've got a timeout. 4:28 left to be played in the first. The Blazers with their biggest lead of the game. They're up by 4. Welcome back to the Target Center, where the Portland Trailblazers come in as a very hot team. These are the numbers from the last 3 games. That margin of victory is impressive.
Well, they're all home games where they play extremely well. 36-5 there last year. Now, the points scored is the big thing. They average 119 at home. You usually, over the course of a season, they'll come in anywhere between 150 and 120 a game. You love the points allowed because they're one of the better defensive teams in this league.
Back to live action where Portland leads at 22-18. We're about 4:20 away from the end of the first quarter. Checking into Minnesota's lineup, number 5, Doug West. We've got a whistle and a foul, and that will be called on Kersey. That is his 2nd personal foul, and that is a player that Rick Adelman says, I tell you, this is a guy that goes out and gives it 100% all the time. He's always diving for balls, doing everything. It's a player that a lot of teams would love to have.
Well, 2nd-round draft choice, a 6'7" center in college. And like Rick said, they run no plays for Jerome Kersey. And at playoff time, all he does is average 20 points a game.
Longwood College out of Virginia. 2nd-round pick back in '84. The 46th player chosen. Richardson lets it fly for 2, and he nails it.
Now, everything is from the perimeter right now, and if they're going to hang in this game, they're still going to have to get something down inside.
Todd Murphy also in Minnesota's lineup, wearing number 9, the 4th-year pro out of UC Irvine.
Right now, Terry Porter very upset on that. He's saying that, listen, I was tripped as I came around. Now, you're going to see it to the left on this replay. He's coming around a double screen, see? And now watch. As he makes his move, the leg was out, but the referee, rather than call an offensive foul, knee to knee there, the defense was there, he called a travel.
Kersey sits down. Cliff Robinson checks into the lineup. 3rd-year pro out of Connecticut, wearing number 3. The customary red headband. Corbin looks inside for Murphy, who injured most of last year. Outlet to Porter. He has Drexler on the left. Duckworth right down the paint. Tries to dish it to Drexler. Portland still has it with 16 on the shot clock.
Well, they tried to get a little too cute on that. You know, overpassing. The initial penetration, you had the shot. Take the shot. Don't try to pass it with 3 guys in the way defensively.
Some scores from around the NBA. Of course, we'll keep you updated as Randy Brewer checks in for Minnesota. Felton Spencer sits down.
They love the one-on-one Buck from right here. That's his favorite side.
Led the NBA in field goal percentage last year. Doesn't get this one to go. Outlet to Richardson. West is on the left. Murphy comes down the middle. Pooh pulls the trigger and drains it.
Now, they're doing everything outside of 15 feet, if you notice. And you got to compliment Portland because they are back. Their transition defense has 3 guys back every time.
Robinson has it knocked away, but Tyrell Corbin will be whistled for the foul. That is his second.
It's a tough matchup for Corbin, but he is a very, very hard worker. Now you're going to see the replay. Cliff Robinson is 6'10" and very, very talented. See, Corbin cannot continue to play behind him. He's either got to play on the side of the pass or even front Robinson, but try not to give him the same look every time down the floor.
Gerald Glass will have to come into the lineup. Corbin sits down. Glass, the second-year pro out of Mississippi, at 6'6", 221 pounds.
Well, they've got to go right into Robinson on the other side. It'd be interesting to see if Glass is playing.
Drexler over West, doesn't get it. Murphy pulls down the board, the outlet to Richardson. Tied up at 22, 2:22 left to be played in the first. Danny Ainge set to check into Portland's lineup.
There's your double team. See, anytime you beat a Portland guy off the dribble, you'll see two guys right on him.
Glass off the glass. Has played in all six games for Minnesota. As Minnesota on an 8-2 run, they turn it over again. Turnover number 3 for the Blazers. West inside, count the basket. He draws the foul.
Now this guy is an athlete. Now he's been injured in his career. Out of Villanova, you know, he blossomed. They were looking for him to be, you know, more of a contributor at Villanova, but he did a nice job. Now here he is. He can really run the floor. Jimmy Rogers told us today they think that he has a great deal of potential. Because they want to play up-tempo, you can take advantage of him. Plus, he's a good perimeter shooter.
They say he's the best athlete on the team. He's just needs some minutes. Now the Wolves with their biggest lead of the game, it's 5. Duckworth on Brewer. The left hand goes, and it comes out.
He's throwing up 3 beautiful, soft lefty hooks.
Move for 3, doesn't get it. Ainge into the lineup. Cattleman said he wants to see Danny Ainge get some minutes this year, as Cliff Robinson to really step up and do the job for him if we have a foul.
See, you look at the Portland offense right now. Any time that Portland throws the ball down into the pivots, they play them one-on-one. They can get any shot they want. Anytime that Portland goes off the dribble, there is no double teaming, and you can get to the basket, Ron, and be fouled by your defender. And I will think that, you know, Rick on the sideline over there right now, you know, he's tolerating this early peaks and valley type of play. They are not out here running full throttle at 100%.
Mark Bryant checks into the lineup. Buck Williams sits down for Portland. Scotty Brooks checks in for Minnesota. Richardson sits down. That's the first point in 3 minutes for Portland.
Now you see the second unit on the floor for the Wolves. Last year they would never get any time. You know, everything was to the first group. Now the fans kind of like it because you're trying to develop 10 guys, and that's what Jimmy Rogers has done.
We asked him today if he's going to go back to just playing 7 guys. He says, no, I'm going to stick with it. Glass, little baseline bunny shot, doesn't get it. Brewer with the return, can't get it to go. 3 Timberwolves players last year played over 3,100 minutes. They would have had a 4th. But injuries, that's incredible. 3,100 minutes for 3 players.
Well, you just think about it. That's close to 40 minutes a game.
Bryant battling Murphy inside. Drexler's cut off. Robinson short on the jumper. Here comes Scotty Brooks. They like him to push it up.
Nice.
The glass to the glass again for 2.
Scotty Brooks just threaded a needle, Ron. That was a very tough pass. And then a nice catch by Gerald Glass. Was not intimidated that Drexler was back. Now you just watching your screen. When he makes his decision, here comes Drexler. Drexler is a shot blocker. All right, now he did not get away with that bump. I'm surprised that he did that. I would have allowed Glass to take the shot, and with his athletic talent, probably would have blocked it as it was up over the rim.
Drexler has to sit down. Robert Pack, the rookie out of USC, comes into the lineup. Glass completes the 3-point play. Has 2 3-point plays, 6 points for the ball game.
Now, Robert Pack is a great story because he has pushed Danny Young out of the rotation. And he came in here as a free agent out of USC.
Glass puts him for the foul. That'll be his first personal foul. I'd like to remind you at the conclusion of tonight's game, Hubie Brown and I will be selecting the Budweiser Player of the Game. And Jimmy Rogers has to like what he sees, up by 6 with 16.6 left.
Well, he likes his offense, but his defense one-on-one is extremely poor. But then again, we must remember who they are guarding. They are guarding a very, very talented team.
From top to bottom.
Well, you know, a lot of people in this league feel that 1 through 5, their starting unit, there is no better starting unit in the league.
Coach Adelman was very adamant about that today, saying, I'll take my guys anytime. 5-6 is 6 from the line. Final 10 seconds of the first. West on 8. Better look up at the clock. Brewer will take it with 2. Doesn't get it. Brooks throws it up at the buzzer. It won't go. 12 minutes have been played at the Target Center. A good one for Minnesota. They lead the Portland Trailblazers 30-26. We'll be back with quarter number 2 in a moment. .26 is our score. The T-Wolves on top of the Blazers by 4. I'd like to remind you on Tuesday night right here on TNT, more NBA action coming your way. Join Bob Neal and Doug Collins as the New York Knicks and Houston Rockets go at it. That'll be at 8 o'clock Eastern time.
Now you're looking at the field goal percentage. Check Minnesota for shooting 45%. Why are they in this game? They have 8 offensive rebounds. They've done a terrific job.
Robinson with his first 2 points of the ball game. And you really like to see teams shoot 46-48%.
Well, I think that if you're a good defensive team and you force turnovers, you can get by and win and be over 500 in this league shooting 46%.
Sam Mitchell, the only starter in the lineup now for Minnesota as they turn it over. Check that. Campbell also in. Shot blocked by Brewer. Outlet to Brooks. He has Glass on the left. Takes it in strong again, and he gets the roll.
You got to like their open floor game. They are really converting. Whoever catches that ball up the side is taking it strong to the basket. And you know, we still have not seen Portland open up here defensively.
Last 3 of 3. Bryant has it rejected by Brewer, but we have a foul.
Yeah, they're calling this on Bryant. That was another terrific shot block by Randy Brewer. And Jimmy Rogers told us today he is doing an excellent job for us in a backup role. He can score for us. Felton Spencer is more of a banger rebounder for us. Excellent offensive rebounder.
Jimmy says they play 1 or 2 good quarters, then they have a clinker. Yeah, they don't play well.
That's young teams without a go-to guy.
Go-to guy here in the second unit, although they have a couple of starters here. Glass 3 of 3 doesn't get it as the shot clock goes off. 3 of 4 now from the floor.
Now this is going to be their 9th second shot opportunity. If a team gets 15 against you in a ball game, you are all over your front court people because that's a disgrace. They already have 9 against either 1 or 2 in the rebounding department in this league.
Abdullabi, second-year player out of Duke with the rebound, is checked in. Back to Bryant. Inside Abdullabi. He's got his first 2 of the game.
Shot selection. A lot of pressure now on shot selection for Minnesota. They have their second unit out there, anchored by Campbell.
2 more starters set to check back in for Minnesota, Spencer and Corbin. Brooks, no place to go. Shot clock at 6.
See, this passing game is getting them absolutely nothing.
The 3 on the way. Hits the rim at least. And another second chance. Good effort by Campbell.
You run a passing game against a real good defensive team. They stay tight on you, just like Portland is doing. They stay down inside.
Inside, an easy 2 for Glass. He has 10 already.
Oh, very, very good gamble. That time, little Scotty Brooks, he made a move at Pack. He caught him. It was unexpected. Pack came with the travel. Very good call that time by Tommy Nunez.
Portland now with 4 turnovers. And Minnesota says they like Scott Brooks because he also picks up the defensive intensity of the ball club when he's in.
Yeah, plus he's a very good three-point shooter, man.
Got a new 5-year contract. Shot on the way short, and that'll be a foul. Loose ball foul on Corbin. That is his 3rd personal.
See, this unit that's out on the floor for the Wolves, they have difficulty mainly because they do not have a guy who can beat his man off the dribble. Break down the defense and then kick it out.
Wolves by 4. 9 minutes even remaining in the second. Robinson pushing Corbin. That opens the lane for Age. Can't get it to go. Spencer outlet to Brooks.
There he is.
There he is. Corbin inside off the glass.
Anytime that they rotate the ball on after the end of the break, they have nothing, rotate it to the other floor down and in. That place has been wide open.
Minnesota has only scored 100 points once this year in their first 6 ball games. Another turnover for Portland. That is number 6.
3-on-2. Nice pass.
Oh, what a pass by Scott Brooks.
What a beautiful fake. Portland coaching staff timeout. Very, very upset. They are being embarrassed now. Their second unit is not operating at either end of the floor. Now just watch the little head fake and ball fake by Scott Brooks on this fast break. He forces the defensive player to move. Pack moves to cover the wing, dropped it right down inside. Now I'm impressed because they are getting out there 3-on-2 versus Portland's second unit. The first group was always 3-on-3 and they ended up with jump shots. Now it's inside layup time.
I remind you, Minnesota has not won at home this year. A traveling call, turnover number 7 for Portland, and comes into the game averaging 15 turnovers a game. They're yet to taste victory. That's why the fans here are excited. Good anticipation by Pack, cutting off the passing lane. Has Mitchell to beat, and he does.
You've got to challenge that shot. You've got to go up there and try to block that shot so that you intimidate him, so that every time he comes down, he just does not think that he's going to get an uncontested shot.
I got Pete Richardson up off the bench quickly for Minnesota.
You got to go down inside. See, Campbell's got Ames down there. He's got a height advantage.
Sam Mitchell drains it from the outside. He now has 4. Mitchell out of Mercer in Georgia.
The Portland second unit, you know, they're playing a wide open game. They're going down inside, but nothing is happening. Too many turnovers with this group. They are only getting 1 shot. When they miss, the Wolves are fast breaking at the other end of the floor.
Bobby wants Ames to come back on top. Robinson goes tough inside. Doesn't get it, but he does draw the foul. No basket. That'll be on Spencer. That is his second personal foul.
See what I liked about that time? They fronted Cliff Robinson in the low post. Well, Robinson has got 5 inches on his man. You front him, all you've got to do is throw the lob, and he will either catch it and score, or he's going to be double teamed and possibly fouled. Now, Cliff Robinson is off to a great start this season. You know, he has incredible numbers. He's only playing 23 minutes a game, but he's averaging 12 points and 6 rebounds. Now, there are some tough numbers, and he is your premier defensive guy off the bench at any one of 3 positions up front, even the center position.
Well, he shot 39% as a rookie, 46% last year. He's up to 48 this year, so he is maturing a lot as a player here in the NBA.
Now, that's the first time that we've seen Portland trap. Now, anytime that a coach will do that, what he's trying to do is change the tempo for his ball club. He's trying to get them in a quicker mode, and if they do not trap and rotate, he'll just take them out of the game. Because right now he's saying, look, I don't like what I see. I gave you guys a quarter and a half to get it together. We are 7 points down. We must change the tempo of this game.
Oh, Porter checks back into the lineup for Portland, so it's Porter, Bryant, Kersey, Age, and Robinson for the Blazers. Pete Richardson has come into the lineup for Minnesota. He is joined by Gerald Glass in the backcourt, Campbell, Spencer, and Mitchell. Running jumper on the way by Glass. You gotta like this kid.
Yeah, Ron, when they run their set play, they're getting excellent shots. That's why I just don't know why they're running the passing game. They're getting anything good out of that.
He says he has Jimmy Rogers told us he has a sampling of everything in their offense right now because they're really still trying to find themselves. And he even said to us, he goes, guys, it sounds like I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm not sure about this team yet.
Now, Felton Spencer is hurt at the other end of the floor. He went up and blocked that shot and took a knee to the groin area. Now, he stayed back there. That was very smart.
Ames doesn't get the 3 to go, but we have the foul. We'll go the other way with T-Wolves having their biggest lead of the game at 9 with 6:16 left.
Now, I like the job Spencer's doing. He is really, he's clogging things up. Now, keep an eye on this. Now, watch. He'll come up and block the shot, but he takes the full front of Cliff Robinson, you know, right in the groin area. That's why he doubled up. He could not change ends. He did a smart thing. He stayed in the lane and allowed the action to come back to him.
Bryant picks up his 3rd personal foul for Portland. Drexler back into the lineup. Bryant sits down. Buck Williams also back in for the Blazers.
Send the cutter through. You got to send cutters through.
It's 1-on-4 almost, Jimmy, there. There was no other T-Wolf anywhere near the ball.
Let me just say this. I throw the ball into the post against your team, and you're just going to allow everyone to stand around. So if he makes a move like he just did, Portland double-teamed him. He had no one to pass the basketball to. But if you cut the people through, this forces them to play honest, and he might get a one-on-one shot.
Campbell picked up his foul in the process, his first. Porter looks for the jumper, and he gets it. And if there's one rap on Terry Porter, sometimes he's almost too unselfish. He doesn't look for a shot, and they'd like him to look for the shot more. He's 3 of 3 tonight.
Terry Porter can score.
Oh, yes.
He can really do it. And he is an outstanding three-point shooter, especially at gut-checking time when the clock is down.
Hand off to Richardson. Shot clock at 6. Out of standing around now. Minnesota stuck in the paint. Poole lets it fly with 4 on the shot clock.
Put down
To Drexler. Run the tape.
See, now Glass, you've got to talk to Glass about that. You're Jimmy Rogers. No way can the point guard take a long shot. You know that it's going to be a long rebound. Your man who's standing right next to you takes off down the floor, and you don't cover him, especially Drexler.
This is Ernie Johnson with tonight's Avis We Try Harder Award. Last night in Cleveland, Brad Doherty, 23 points, 10 rebounds, and a career-high 6 block shots in the Cavs' win over Seattle. That's tonight's NBA best performance. At Avis, we try harder.
Wolves by 5, 42-37. We've got 5:04 remaining in the first half. How about field goal percentage by quarter?
Yeah, well, you like what the Wolves are doing there, and you say, well, why 50% in the second quarter? They're now up to 10 offensive rebounds, plus their second unit outscored the Portland second unit 12-5 in the first 5 minutes of this quarter.
Terry Porter has led the run for Portland, 3 of 3 for 6 points, goes along with 4 assists.
If they'll just stay with their half-court offense and run their set plays, they're doing a much better job. Roll, big fella. He forgot to roll.
Mitchell shot, but he gets it right back, and it's a 3-on-3. Spencer all alone underneath. Nobody sees him. Glass takes the jumper. Spencer pushes off. Will be whistled for the foul.
No, they call him Buck Williams. Buck Williams had him. He locked his arm that time. See, if you're going to run a pick and roll, and the defensive team is going to trap the pick and roll. See, right there, you know, Rick Adelman is really hot. But he's controlling himself. He knows he has a great basketball team, but they're playing in slow motion here tonight. Give the Wolves a ton of credit because they're out hustling them.
Mitchell's 18-footer goes about 16 and a half, but West is there for the follow.
12 offensive rebounds. They scored on the last 2.
7-point T-Wolf lead. 4:14 left in the half. Duckworth, the right-handed push shot way outside, but Kersey there for the follow. He has 4. Drexler on West. Mitchell tries to set a pick so Spencer can get some room underneath.
See, they're not looking for the post-up guy when he's open. That was a good call that time. Porter bumped him. You know, he bumped Pooh, and he forced him into a turnover, a travel that time. But what's happening is they're running post-up guys from one side of the lane to the other. The guy is open, but the player with the ball is not looking in to hit him with the pass when he's open. He's looking at him once the defender has recovered.
5 turnovers now for Minnesota. They still lead it, however, by 5. 3:45 left in the second quarter.
High pick and roll.
Duckworth stays outside. Good give and go. Williams can't complete the play. Mitchell with the rebound.
Now Buck is looking for a foul, but he should have scored that one anyway.
The double team by Portland right in front of us. Glass can't come up with it. Another turnover, number 6 for Minnesota.
You're starting to see the Portland defense come alive. There's a coach that's a little frustrated with the turnovers.
Oh, baby. Porter for 3, nothing but the bottom of the net. He is 3 of 15 now in the year from three-point land.
Well, when you're in last year he shot 40% in threes. He loves to take it off the dribble coming up on the side. If you lay off him and fall asleep, he'll shoot that 3 every time. Roll.
He didn't roll.
There he is. He's open, see?
He's been open a couple times. That time he can't get the hands on it. Shot clock at 1 as it goes. That'll be a violation. And the Wolves' 8-point lead is down to 2 inside of 3 minutes.
Now listen, you stop coaching, and I'm stopping coaching. They've run that pick and roll twice, and Felton Spencer is still standing on the same spot. If he'll just roll to the basket, he'd have 2 dunks.
And he had one roll that he stood there and nobody got him the ball. With a 9-2 run. Drexler with 16 first-half points already. Porter double pumps, doesn't get it, but Pooh Richardson whistled for the foul. That is his first personal.
Terry Porter, very, very intelligent player. Anytime that the ball is kicked out to him and he is spotting up, what he will do is always throw that head fake. If he catches you in the air and he elevates, he's got a chance at a 3-point shot and a possible foul, which would give him 4. Or he might take you off the dribble, get down inside.
First-time All-Star last year. Terry Porter gets the first.
Outstanding foul. So look at this. See, there's your pump fake. See, now he went inside the line that time, but he's looking for a 3. And most important, he gets a big foul on Pooh Richardson and possibly a substitution. You know, you don't know. It depends upon how long Jimmy wants to go with him.
22nd timeout by Jimmy Rogers. He wants to make sure that they can at least maintain this lead. Coming up at halftime, the Prudential Halftime Report. Ernie Johnson sitting by at our studios in Atlanta. Have highlights of tonight's game, including the 76ers and the Celtics, the Jazz and Pistons, and more. Plus, a feature on Jimmy Rogers and his son Matt, a quarterback at the University of Iowa. All coming up on our Prudential Halftime Report. Talk about Terry Porter out of Wisconsin. Stevens Point, his college coach was Dick Bennett. Dick Bennett says his wife Ann really discovered Terry Porter playing in high school, and we had a chance to see Dick Bennett's son Tony Bennett play this year at the Pan Am Games. Dick now at Wisconsin Green Bay. One of the many players that came from small colleges for Portland.
All right,
Illinois with Kevin Duckworth.
Oh yeah, they have him. And Jerome Kersey. They really have. Now, Terry Porter is shooting 93% this year, and it isn't because he hasn't taken any foul shots. He right now is 40 for 43 from the line.
Not afraid to take it to the hole. Minnesota turnovers on the last 3 possessions, trying to break that string.
Now they're going to the half-court trap. See, they have Kersey and him out there. That was smart. Smart basketball.
Doug West with a bad pass. Porter strong to the hole again.
Now, Terry Porter's telling them, let's get right back into the 3-quarter court trap. It's a 2-2-1 trap. They're going to go right over the top. Now they're coming at you again for the second trap.
13-2 run for Portland.
Coaches will always try to wake up their team from a defensive standpoint by forcing him to go down the floor and trap.
Shot clock at 5. Campbell with the finger roll with the left hand, and he now has 10. Tied up at 46, 1 second under 2 minutes remaining in the first half. To Drexler.
High pick and roll now.
Inside the corner, who posted up Richardson, can't get it to go. The foul won't
get it out. You got to get it out, big fella.
And we see Jerome Kersey talking to Tommy Nunes about wanting a call. Spencer gets 6 rebounds. That's something Portland said they wanted to control this year, not complain and not be distracted by lack of calls. Inside of 125. Richardson, the quick move. Dishes back out. That'll be way short. Here comes Porter. Has Drexler on the left. Williams trails. Porter goes for a couple of fakes. Doesn't get it.
There you go.
I would spread the court out a little bit more, too. Richardson doesn't take the 3. West from the baseline. In and out. Doesn't get the roll. Spencer battles for the offensive rebound.
What we said about Spencer earlier, he's averaging 5 a game. He is really doing a terrific job down inside. And if he doesn't take it up himself, he has the presence to keep the ball over his head, and he finds the free man.
Campbell now with 12 first-half points. We've got an offensive foul. That will be on Duckworth.
The refs are calling the pick and roll very close tonight. Now, Rick is all upset down there. He's saying my guy didn't drop step before the man came off the pick.
Wolves by 2.
I think they want a little bit more respect than that Ricky Festival is showing.
I think so. I think so. A Duckworth leaning on Spencer. They try to clear out for Campbell. West from about 18 buries it. West with 7.
Nice.
Take it all away. Oh, what a play!
Now that fits Jimmy Rogers' description of West.
He looked like he was going to jam it, pulled it back as Portland will have the last shot of the half. They trail by 6. Everybody clearing it out for Drexler. One-on-one. He loses the handle. They're not going to get a shot off. Great half. Excellent defense by Minnesota the last 12 seconds. They will go to the locker room leading by 6, 52-46. Stay with us. Ernie Johnson is in Atlanta with our Prudential halftime report with all the scores and highlights.
Straight ahead, we'll update the Friday night NBA slate on the Prudential halftime report. Ernie Johnson in Atlanta. We'll check out the Sixers trying to make it 6 straight on the parquet. The mailman's rounds include a stop at the Palace. And we'll profile Mr. Rogers. That's Jimmy Rogers and his son, the quarterback.
The Prudential halftime report is being brought to you by the companies of the Prudential. Come to the Prudential and build your future on the Rock.
And welcome to our studios here in Atlanta. Another Friday night of NBA action. They've played 24 minutes at the Target Center, and the Timberwolves lead the Blazers 52-46. Ernie Johnson here with the Prudential halftime report. The NBA has notified all 27 teams that it is offering players the opportunity to be tested voluntarily for the AIDS virus. At the same time, the executive director of the Players Union, Charles Grantham, says the union is considering AIDS testing and counseling program.
We're working with the people down at Johns Hopkins University Public Health Department, leaders in the field of research in this whole area. And we hope with them that we can establish a very solid program that will have several components to it, but primarily focusing on the education. We don't want to overreact at the same time. And I think we clearly want to make testing available for those players who would like to be tested in a very confidential yet anonymous and a private way.
And so the wheels are in motion in the NBA as far as AIDS is concerned. Neither the league nor the union is recommending any type of mandatory testing. Now let us move on to the happenings on the court on this Friday night. The Philadelphia 76ers, winners of 5 straight, gunning for number 6 at the Garden in Boston. And for the first time, we see Charles Barkley wearing his number 32 in honor of Magic Johnson. Celtics shot 68% in the first quarter. And when you have shots like that, that's easy to do. Now Charles Barkley, well, he was hot in the first half. 21 points, 9 rebounds, goes around Ed Pinckney right in Kevin McHale's face, and the reverse goes for him. Celtics, however, on top in this one. Kevin Gamble down the left side, 73-62 is the count as they play in the third period on the parquet. Boston leading Philadelphia. Utah Jazz and Detroit Pistons at the Palace tonight. Quick hands by the rookie Eric Murdoch of Utah. He'll sail in and lay it in. 3-point Jazz lead. They've won 3 straight. The Pistons, however, go on a 9-0 run. Watch John Sally climb the glass. Hits Darrell Walker, and Orlando Woolridge ends up with the hoop. Detroit playing at the Palace, trying to snap a 2-game losing streak, leading 45-38 over Utah as they still play in the second period. Charlotte Hornets and Miami Heat at Miami Arena. Alan Bristow's Hornets 1-7, trying to make something happen at the Miami Arena. Ronnie Cycli to Steve Smith. Look at the pass by the rookie to Glenn Rice. Right on target, off the glass. J.R. Reed, however, will get the Hornets running. Muggsy Bogues, wind him up, watch him go. Hits Anthony Frederick. High percentage shot. Cuts the Miami lead to 3. Right now they play in the third period with Miami leading 73-69 over Charlotte. Washington Bullets and New Jersey Nets at the Meadowlands Arena. Bernard King still out. So are a handful of other Washington Bullets. Michael Adams really has to shoulder the scoring load. He's number 4 in the league with 28 a game and gets the bunny there. The Nets, however, with a 22-10 run. Alley-oop. Mookie Blaylock. Pretty good play by Chris Morris for an 8-point New Jersey lead. And on the defensive side, it's Drazen Petrovic with the steal. I'll call my own number and take it in. 10-point New Jersey lead. Right now they're playing in the third period. Washington has come back to take a 70-65 lead over the Nets. The Seattle Supersonics and Indiana Pacers playing at Market Square Arena in the third period, and Seattle has the 4-point lead. And they're in the first period. Chicago has a 21-17 lead over the Milwaukee Bucks at Chicago Stadium. When the Prudential halftime report continues, we're going to profile Jimmy Rogers. While he calls the shots in Minnesota, his son Matt calls the signals at Iowa. At the break, at the Target Center, the Timberwolves and Blazers, our Friday night feature on TNT. I want to tell you a little father and son story now. The father is Minnesota Timberwolves head coach Jimmy Rogers. His son is Matt. Jimmy played hoops at the University of Iowa in the early 60s. Matt plays football there. He's the Hawkeyes quarterback. Both have learned that in the course of professional and collegiate careers, you struggle from time to time, and both have known where to turn for support.
Ho, back. Hit, let's go. Let's be aggressive now. Oh, my God. We're going to go right to zipper. If we don't have anything at the end of that, get us right into a 2 mode here.
And I'm looking now forward to a great situation in place that I'm going to be able to develop, bring along, grow with.
Meantime, at the University of Iowa,
Matt Rogers, darn Matt Rogers, get the program.
Jimmy's son Matt is leading the way. He is one of the most prolific passers in the Big Ten.
Take a young man whose father's a coach. That really helps. He's seen the bad and the good. He's learned how to handle adversity. And when you grow up shooting basketballs with a guy like Larry Bird, you have to have a lot of poise.
While growing up in a coaching family, Matt would learn valuable lessons as a youngster.
You realize how important winning and losing is at that age, that it is a business and that, you know, they have to win, you know, or else see you later.
After a 1990 playoff loss to New York, Jimmy was fired after only 2 seasons as Celtic head coach. Months earlier, the Hawkeyes went 5-6 as Matt struggled in his first year as the starting QB.
We both helped each other out, you know. I mean, like, I'd tell him some of the experiences that were happening here, and he, you know, maybe something would click in.
I guess you're bitter for a while because you don't understand exactly why certain things happen. But I think if there was a blessing, it was that we were able to see every Iowa football game.
As Dad moved from the sidelines to the stands, Matt would lead Iowa to a 1991 Rose Bowl berth.
To me, it's a little bit more nerve-wracking than being on the bench in an NBA Finals. And everything that happens out there has to go through his hands.
Yeah, there's definitely a bond there, like an inner confidence that I get when he's around.
In spite of the hard times, father and son learned from each other and came together to face adversity.
Yeah, there is a silver lining behind the cloud, I guess.
And both have a fresh new outlook to take on the tough challenges ahead.
I think you regain some perspective on a lot of things. And I think I'll probably be a better coach this time around. So, you know, it was a great opportunity that came out of something that we seem to be a negative. Actually, we made it into a great positive in our lives.
Iowa's Hawkeyes are 8-1 on the year, ranked in the top 10, and Matt Rogers has thrown 11 touchdown passes and run for 4 more. But a knee injury has sidelined him. He may be back next week against Minnesota. Here on TNT, we're back with you Tuesday night from the Summit. Hakeem Olajuwon, Patrick Ewing, New York at Houston. Get next to that Tuesday night on TNT. All right, Ernie Johnson back with you in our Atlanta studio. A Central Division collision in progress at Chicago Stadium between the Bulls and the Bucks. The Bulls have only lost twice, one of those to the Milwaukee Bucks already this year. Phil Jackson's guys in control early on here. Michael Jordan. Oh, I saw that video last night and it completely bamboozled me, didn't it? Horace Grant has got the hoop. 5-point lead at that point. Chicago 30, Milwaukee 24. The rest of the scores: Boston 89-73 over Philadelphia. Detroit and Utah at the half, 49-43 Detroit. They're in the third period. Miami leading Charlotte by 8. New Jersey has reclaimed the lead against Washington there early in the fourth period. And in the third, Seattle has a 77-74 lead over Indiana. Here on TNT tonight, Minnesota leading Portland 52-46. I ought to start calling these guys the TNT Wolves. Let's go back to Ron Thulin and Hubie Brown, guys.
All right, thank you very much, Ernie. The biggest lead for Minnesota tonight was 9. Portland then went on a 13-2 run to take the lead, but then Minnesota answered it with a 6-0 run, and that is where we are right now. Your thoughts on the first 24 minutes, Judy?
Well, they're absolutely killing Portland up front. The 6 guys who played up front for Portland at half, they have a total of 13 points. That's completely uncharacteristic of the team. The bench for the Wolves, out-talented, outscored the Portland team 20-7. And then you must give them a great deal of credit because they have 14 offensive rebounds. That is, you know, think about it. Yeah. We're talking about the best rebounding team in this league, that they are embarrassing here.
Well, let's take a look at some of the numbers from that first half. And first of all, we have the offensive rebounds, as Hubie was saying. Turnovers, Portland uncharacteristically with 11 already.
Well, the defense is doing a good job. They're really getting after them. We're going to back that up by just, you know, you're going to see here now a shot that goes up by West. Now watch as the rebound comes off, and Felton Spencer gets one of his 3 offensive boards, and then he finds the free guy, and Tony Campbell knocks it home. Tony doing an excellent job tonight. He's got 12 points. He's shooting 6 for 10 from the field. Now the bench scoring, like we said, Minnesota doing a terrific job. The Portland bench not only didn't shoot well, but they had the majority of the turnovers. Now the backcourt points, look at that, 31 points, and that's because we have 16 for Drexler and 13 for Porter. Now, here's a good example of Drexler, and you'll see him out here now. He'll hit the little head fake, drop it off to Porter. Porter will end it up. But these are the only 2 people that are really getting it done for the Trailblazers. Now, right now, that front line, 6 guys, they had to go into the locker room and say, hey, listen, we're playing terrible here tonight. We're letting a team that is a poor rebounding team embarrass us. Then they are embarrassing us on the offensive boards. And then they are even fast breaking and setting up their own tempo.
Drexler had 16, as you saw, to lead Portland. 14 of those coming in the first quarter. As Hubie mentioned, 29 of their 46 points are from Terry Porter and Clyde Drexler. And we are underway second half from Minnesota, where the T-Wolves lead 52-46. Percy out front, Spencer meets him. Tries to take it in strong, but he does draw the foul. Attacking more offensively quickly, Portland does.
Well, we said early in the top of this game that the tempo is set by Jerome Kersey. And right now, Jerome Kersey is really non-existent. He has 6 rebounds, but he doesn't have any shot attempts. He's not getting to the basket. Now, let's back that up. He has a sore right ankle, a sprained left ankle, and since the season has started, yesterday was his first day of practice. And Rick Adelman said that this is the horse. This is the warrior guy that we have here. He plays through all types of injuries. But you can see tonight he's a little bit in cruise control. He's now not on the break or blocking shots.
Former high school point guard, Jerome Kersey, believe it or not.
And a college center. Not bad either at 6'7".
Played it all. 5-point lead by Minnesota. Mitchell, the running right-hander goes down.
You know, he shoots at crazy times. Do you notice that? Now, that was like a herky-jerky, I'm jumping in your face, Buck Williams, even though you're first team all-defense for the last 2 years.
That's right. It wasn't pretty as Drexler takes it strong to the hole. That definitely wasn't pretty down that end.
That was a very good move by Drexler. See, Drexler can take Tony Campbell all night long, whether they want him out on the wing or he takes him from the top of the circle. And that's the reason why they substituted for Campbell early. He's scoring, but he's giving up just as many points at the other end of the floor.
Drexler's first miss from the line. He is now 6 of 7. Here is a man that has had 4 opportunities to win championships, 2 at the University of Houston and 2 at Portland. But he says he's not discouraged. He knows he's a winner, and he thinks this is the year for Portland. Well, he's 6 of 8 from the line right now. Remains at 16 points. The Wolves lead is 7. Mitchell looked for Richardson. Porter all over him.
Porter did a terrific job when Pooh ran it back to him. Defended it all the way.
Porter cutting him some slack now as the shot clock is at 3. Somebody better look up. Mitchell, the off-balance right-hander, will go. Corbin there for the follow. Count it.
Now, that was a great catch by Corbin. A sensational shot. But the guy that made it happen, Felton Spencer. Now, you watch on this replay. As that shot comes off, Felton Spencer is going to get a piece of it. It's a bad shot. He's out of his range right here. Now, just watch. Over the top. Got that left hand on it. Kicked it right over to Corbin.
First attempt at a free throw tonight doesn't go down. He does have 8.
We have 2 bad foul shooting teams here tonight.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry.
76% for Minnesota, 75% for Portland. That is something Rick Adelman says they work on in practice and they talk about constantly. I don't know who put that in.
That was off of Buck and Jerome Kersey.
They're going to give it to Kersey. You take any gift you get. Let's look at it again. This will make the highlight films of every news station in America tonight.
Now watch as this kicks off to the left. Now you have Buck and Jerome, and watch the English. How about that? Not bad. A little cue ball that time. Snooker.
That's definitely a snooker shot. Buck Williams was whistled for the foul. That was his second personal.
Now Corbin is really had a good career once he came up here, and he knows that he's going to start every night. 18 points a game last year. This year he's coming in doing a nice job at 13. He's not getting as many shots as he had last year, but he hustles hard at only 6'5" at that small forward position.
9-point lead. Corbin, the only player left from the '89 expansion draft on Minnesota's team. We have our first illegal defense call.
But we know that in expansion drafts, that's not really something out of the ordinary. Very few guys do stay around in years 3 and 4, and definitely not by year 5.
He's left unprotected in the expansion draft by Phoenix. And a lot of people say Phoenix may have regretted that move. Drexler for 3 doesn't get it, right into the hands of Duckworth. All the Timberwolves were inside the paint on that long shot, which usually means a long rebound like that. And we've got another whistle and a foul.
Seinfeld and Spencer that time for hooking Duckworth. But I really like Spencer's work ethic, I'll tell you. He has done a terrific job. That's his 4th foul, and they're making a substitution with Brewer now. But I'll tell you, he has done a terrific job on the boards and defensively and keeping Duckworth off the offensive board, and that is a tough job.
Porter inside. Brewer tries to get a hand on it, doesn't get it. Then Porter comes down with his own rebound. Fakes the 3. He is really active right now. Duckworth puts up the right-hander. Kersey with the tip. Williams with the tip. Everybody looking for Kersey again. Doesn't get it. But he gets the foul.
See, that's when you're a coach like Jimmy Rogers. You're trying to will every basket. And what is happening is your 7'4" guy, watch him now, is behind the backboard. Now just watch this replay. The shot goes up, he's back. Your 7'4" guy is still back. He's still underneath the backboard. And when he does come out, he makes the foul.
Kersey misses the first. Foul was on Brewer. That was his first. I want to talk about, too, the #1 pick for Minnesota, Luke Longley, the big guy out of New Mexico, still has not signed. His agent told us today the main issue, obviously, is money. Minnesota says, we've got an offer on the table.
Well, they say they're rather close. It could happen at any time.
That's a pretty good-looking turnaround by Randy Brewer, who averages 8 points on the year. That's his first 2 tonight. Right. Biggest lead for Minnesota.
Well, Randy can hit that medium hook down in there on either side of the lane.
Duckworth spin move. Brewer stays on him, forces Duckworth's shot to come up short.
See, the fans are frustrated. They want this club to get a few defensive rebounds so they can start the fast break. Tony Campbell that time, instead of allowing Drexler to go into the trap, Richardson had him trapped. Tony Campbell reached inside and grabbed him for that foul.
That is Campbell's 3rd personal foul. So right now, Campbell with 3, Spencer with 4, and Corbin with 3. The only T-Wolves in some type of foul trouble.
This foul shooting is amazing.
3 in a row he's missed. Portland 1 of 7 at the line in the 3rd quarter. Add another one of that.
Becomes contagious, Ryan.
Yep. Quite the mindset for a lot of players. The quick turnaround shot goes down by Campbell. Give him 14 for the ball game and a 13-point Minnesota lead. The only expansion team of the new expansion teams Portland has lost to, as we mentioned, was Minnesota. Rick Adelman says they remember it. Porter's shot is just Portland going cold.
3 on 3. Let's see if he can make it happen. Pull up 3. It goes. He said, forget about making it happen. I'm going down south for 3.
That's right. That's right. And Portland needs a timeout. They lead it by 16, and 19,000 fans love it.
This is a stunner right now.
65-49 is our score. 8:13 left to be played in the third.
Now, right now, you're going to see a miss. This is Portland 1 for 10 from the field at this time. Now, oops, there's the nooks right through the big fella's leg. Now, keep an eye on Richardson as he comes down. The defender lays off, and he takes the three. Now, he is 4 for 10 this season in threes.
Minnesota on a 13-2 run. And as we talked about, the only loss to expansion teams back in March of 1990.
Now, that is the best record in the NBA against the 4 expansion teams, 30-1. Now, they can come back. We know there is plenty of time. You have 8 minutes in this quarter. You got another full quarter to go. But they've got to button up defensively here as Portland's going to get back into it.
Cattleman talked about that today, about the sense of urgency they feel. Sometimes they look up and it's the fourth quarter and they realize they've got to start playing in the game. Ball still belongs to Portland. Fresh 24 on the shot clock. Duckworth 1 of 9.
Well, he's complaining to the referees that he's getting pushed on that hook shot. But if you're a good post defender, you know you're pushing on the body.
Duckworth over the outstretched hands of Brewer. Excellent offensive rebound. Brewer slaps it away and it goes out.
Good hustle. Nice block that time by the big fella.
That's his third block.
Now here they are. They're missing. They're 1 for 12 this quarter from the field. Now here he comes up on a nice block that time. Brewer from the rear.
3 today, 12 for the season. Now Brewer on Drexler. Leaves Porter open for the jumper. He'll take it.
He loves that fake.
Duckworth inside. Doesn't get it. The lid is on the basket for Portland. Who wisely holds it up. Then he takes it strong. Over Williams.
They're feeling it, and they deserve it because they're really out hustling Portland. Another block by Corbin. Look at this, 3-on-2.
Corbin to Mitchell. He won't get it. Ball still loose. Williams will come up with it. Fans wanted to travel. Drexler walks with it. He'll go the other way. He did slip.
I want to tell you something. This is amazing. Now, we're seeing a great basketball team fall apart. The coach right now totally frustrated. They are 1 for 14 from the field this quarter, 1 for 8 on the foul line, and a couple of turnovers.
Portland only 3 points in this quarter, folks, and we have played over 5 minutes. Mitchell, we've got another whistle, a foul away from the ball, offensive block. Robinson checks into Portland's lineup.
Now, that was a very solid pick that time by Randy Brewer on the offensive end. Hey, we're going to give you this stat. This is kind of amazing. Mainly because Portland has been getting down inside the lane. They just cannot complete the play. But like we said, you magnify that because they did get to the foul line for 8 shots, but they've only made 1.
Brewer picked up his third personal foul. An 18-point Minnesota lead. That score is correct as it goes down by 2 to 16. That is Drexler's first field goal, first point since the second quarter.
You're up 16, Ron. Right now, good movement. Stay within your half-court offense.
Murphy into the lineup for Mitchell. A whistle and a push.
See, right now we're having an argument, and you hate to see that. You're up 16 points. Tony Campbell is arguing with Pooh Richardson out on the floor right now. You're hoping that guys, if they do have something to say, they forget about it. Let's get back together. You're up 16.
Fouls on Drexler. That was his third personal. Inside the Brewer, the little baby hook will go. Baby almost goes down. My goodness, Tyrone Corbin was up there.
If you would say that was Michael Jordan, that would have been a Michael Jordan extension.
Kersey right over Brewer, and he looks right at him and says, "That'll take it to you."
Now that's the Jerome Kersey that we all love and respect in this league. That's sending it home over a 7'4" guy. Take it in his chest, baby, and send it down.
And the foul was on Brewer. That is his 4th personal foul.
Now that's trouble because the 2 centers for Minnesota both have 4, but you don't care. Let them stay within their regular time rotations.
Campbell sits down. West comes in. Kersey completes the 3-point play.
Now here comes the press. in the backcourt. Now they're matched up. They're giving you a man-to-man with a little quick trap. There you go. It's not a zone press. It's a man-to-man.
West inside to Murphy. Has it stripped away. Ball still belongs to Minnesota with 12 showing on the shot clock.
Beautiful pass that time by West to Murphy. Murphy's got to go a little stronger. You can't play timid when you're down in that area.
5:45 left to be played in the third. Brewer has it locked away by Robinson, but we have a foul.
Tyrone Corbin is showing us some stuff this quarter. All right, I'll tell you, an almost dunk, and now we're going to show you. Now watch Corbin throw this head fake to get Kersey to go in the air, and then as he's covered, beautiful pass right here. Now you would hope that Brewer could dunk that, but a great recovery by Cliff Robinson.
When you talk about bad free throw shooting, in 90-91, Randy Brewer was 44%. This year, he's 63%. Brooks comes in, Richardson sits down, and neither team. Rick Barry's having a coronary up in Colorado Springs right now, seeing this. Brewer gets his second. 14-point Minnesota lead, 5:40 left in the third.
Say now, Portland, they tell their team, just try to get it down to 8 to 10 points going in the last quarter. Everything will be fine.
Drexler dishes off inside. Kersey has it blocked away. Brewer's fourth block.
Give it up
To West, to the hole. And he is fouled by Robinson. A little too fancy there.
Now, that was unnecessary. See, that was going to be a swooping from the right to the left, over the head dunk, except all he had to do was jam it on the right side. Now just watch this. Now watch this block as he takes it to the hole. Brewer comes in once again. That's his third outright block, igniting the fast break. But at this end, you see, we get a little fancy here. Just take it strong. You do not need all the radicality.
At worst, he would have been fouled on the play going up, and he probably would have got the hoop.
Now, you like what Cliff Robinson did. He caught up to the play, and he said, hey, you got to make those fouls.
West gets them both, and it is a 16-point Minnesota advantage. They may get 100 points tonight. They should get everybody free pizza here or something if they get 100. Inside won't go down. Corbin tries to tip it. Robinson does. Ball belongs to Minnesota with 5:08 showing on the clock.
The facet of the game that the Wolves are doing a great job. They are not allowing Portland to get any second shots.
Porter 0 for 5 from the floor in the third quarter for Portland. West, his shot goes down.
He's so quick, and he comes at you. You know, he's a good size. He's at 6'5", 6'6". Quick.
Drexler from outside hasn't been able to find the range since that 14-point first quarter. West to Brooks. He'll let it go for 3.
They've got it cooking tonight.
That is his first 3 of the year. He was 0 for 5 coming into the game, and the lead is, believe it or not, folks, 21. An 8-0 run. Listen to the crowd in Minnesota. (75-54) is our score. 4:24 left in the third.
Because he has been attacked by a couple of his players about this up-tempo style of play. He is trying to develop 10 young guys, spread around the shots. Jimmy says we are getting excellent shots, high percentage. We have not been able to make them, but tonight, as you can see, they are not missing the wide open shots. And when you have a young group of guys, you change the style of play on them from a walking half-court offense to up-tempo 94 feet. You've got to expect highs and lows until they get into physical condition of playing this style of play. And then to top it all off, you must hit your perimeter J's when you play this, when you run this hard. And they have made the threes tonight.
Porter at the line. 2 of 2. They get 3 of 3. Correct me if I'm wrong. Players that were also talking about Jimmy Rogers' up-tempo style, they were the ones also talking about the slow-down style last year. It's somewhat ironic for that man. Porter gets them both.
Now, here they come. Portland is coming at you now with the trapping. 2-2-1. Now, this is a good trapping unit out here. They've got a lot of quickness, and they have Robinson in the back as their center and defender.
Minnesota did a nice job getting it over the timeline.
Well, they're taking their time, but see, they're already inside 8 seconds.
Shot on the way, doesn't get it. Brewer can't get the board. Drexler does.
Anytime you trap, it's not just the forced turnovers, it's to run the clock.
Williams, Drexler follows.
You see, they're right back in it here now. And they're going to keep up here, trying to press and trap. Now, that time, Drexler went down the opposite end of the floor. See, that was his rotation, Ron. They've had 4 guys in the trap, and Drexler playing man-to-man.
Drexler goes up and count it.
I think we've seen him do that a few times over the years.
He is, like we said, one of the most graceful athletes in the NBA. Now let's take a look at tonight's GMC truck scoreboard as Boston wins big. Foul was on glass. That was his second personal foul. Miami leading Charlotte. Seattle by 1 over Indiana. And there's Detroit, Utah, Chicago, Milwaukee. Drexler completes the 3-point play after missing 4 consecutive free throws. Finally gets one.
Now, the big thing about this trap now is that they're trying to get them to run a lot of time and then panic as the clock gets down inside to take their percentage shots.
But this young man is showing a great deal of cool, the third-year pro out of Villanova.
His quickness gets him open, Ron. There's a 3. Drexler is very, very dangerous because he will launch them. Ainge and Porter rank in the top 10 in this league, but you got to understand, the other guy will take him. Drexler will kick him out there. Now he's now 9 for 20 this year in threes.
Clyde now with 25, 9 in this quarter. Brooks tries to dish it off, but the whistle gets him first. And that foul will be on the rookie from Southern Cal, Pack. That's his first personal.
I want to go back to that. Last year, Ainge was 6th, Porter was 4, right at the top there in the three-point shooting. Drexler attempted a lot of them, but didn't make them. This year, he is already shooting at 45% in threes, which is really big. Now, there's your bombs away from last year. Porter in the 4th spot, Ainge in the 6th spot. But Drexler is making it. Anytime that you shoot 37, 38%, you're doing a terrific job in threes.
Well, Scott Brooks, who some call a poor man's Michael Adams, now 3 of 3 from the line for the season, 2 of 2 tonight. Drexler has it knocked away, and he just wants to take control of this game himself.
He's frustrated. Now, he's having a tough night tonight. Why? Because Campbell and West have a ton of points, and that's against the second guard position. Now, it's not all against him because the second unit contributed to that. But what we're seeing now is what we said about in the first quarter. Anytime Drexler goes on the dribble, he either scores or gets fouled.
Drexler gets the first. Interesting lineup now for Jimmy Rogers. No true center in the lineup. Spencer and Brewer both sitting down.
Well, he's trying to buy some time because both guys have 4 fouls, plus they have Cliff Robinson in as their center. Now, this is their best pressing unit. This is their quickness. Robinson in the backcourt with Pack, Drexler and Ainge, and then Kersey in the back of the press.
This is one quick team Portland has on the court right now. Mitchell cuts through. Kersey switches over to Murphy. West lets it fly. Does he get it? The follow? No, by Mitchell, but we have a foul.
Hey, you gotta love it. Yeah, you're a Wolves fan. You've got to love the effort tonight. Hey, they shoot and miss. They've been killing that offensive board. But we said that also at the top of the first quarter. They are averaging 17 a game. That is really a ton of offensive boards.
Mitchell at the line. So far this evening has 6 points to go along with 8 rebounds. This is a man along with Phelps Spencer last year led the league in fouls committed.
You're only 6'7" at his size and playing power forward in this league. I think you get posted up a few
times, exactly. Well, the Columbus, Georgia native gets them both, and the Wolves lead it by 17 again with 2:22 showing on the clock here in the third quarter.
Portland running a lot of baseline screens.
Ainge for 3, doesn't get it. Murphy battles Kersey for the rebound. Ball belongs to Portland and a new 24. Scott Murphy did a number of pushing around bodies.
That's a standoff. Murphy versus Cliff Robinson. They're about the same size.
Ainge Out front, Drexler now being hounded a little bit more by West. Ball tipped out. Ball belongs to Minnesota. Kersey says, I didn't touch it. They did. Rick Adelman doesn't like it.
That was off of Mitchell, who made a terrific defensive play.
And Minnesota quickly down over the timeline.
Pick and roll.
West trying to pick 2 players. And Murphy trying to pick 2 players for West.
You have to do something with it, big fella.
Clock at 5. He can't get the handle of it. Drexler leads the break. It's 2 on 4. He'll pull up with the 3, and he drains it.
Is he on a crusade here tonight or what?
Christmas.
He's looking for him. Oh, 20-second timeout. Nice ball, except that they might have been able to get it to the side and up on the opposite side of the floor.
83-69 is our score with 1:30. Let's go to Atlanta for some bonus coverage. Here's Ernie Johnson. EJ?
Thank you very much, Ron Thulin. We've got bonus coverage to bring you from the Meadowlands Arena. They're tied up. The Bullets in the nets with 24 ticks to play. They are tied. Let's turn it over to Mel Proctor and Phil Chenier.
Going to their offense about 6 or 7 seconds. Laylock again overplaying Michael Adams to his right. He goes right, the course way off the play. Stewart with a fake, the drive, and a shot blocked by Sam Bowie. Here come the Nets trying to win it. 2 seconds left. Blaylock out to Addison. He can't get off a shot, and we're going to overtime. The Nets had no timeouts left, so they had to...
101 as they go to overtime at Meadowlands Arena. The Nets have lost 5 straight. The Bullets trying to make it 2 wins in a row. Now, back to the Target Center, Ron Thulin.
Well, that was an interesting play, Ernie and Hubie. Nobody shot it there at the end, despite the fact they had 4 seconds. Our score, 83-69, 129, is Clyde Drexler leading the comeback, 31 points. Glass loses the handle. And into the crowd goes Kersey.
Whenever you are going against a pressing and trapping team, you must punish them once you get the ball over half court. How about that stat? Drexler with 31, the rest of the team with 38. You must take the ball to the basket.
Shot on the way, nothing but net. Glass now with 13. The lead is back to 16, nearing the 1-minute mark of the 3rd quarter. It was a 6-point game at halftime. Minnesota on top. We've got an offensive foul on Portland.
I'll tell you, Rick is going to reach out and grab Tommy Nunes and strangle him.
Oh,
that's the 3rd offensive foul.
That's Robinson's 4th.
Brooksy is doing a nice job against this trapping. Pack is very, very tough. They love his quickness of foot and also that he has the ability to dive at you and make the steal.
By the time Brooks gave the ball up, it was 10 on the shot clock. But when you drain shots like that, it doesn't really matter.
How about the bench tonight? West and Glass off the bench.
Drexler now 11 of 16. Give him 33 for the ball game. 17 in the 3rd quarter. 16-point Minnesota advantage. That's the game clock, lower right-hand portion of your screen. About an 18-second difference between the game and the shot. Shot down at 3. Mitchell throws up a wild shot. Murphy can't get a handle on it. Portland will have the last shot of the quarter. Here comes Drexler. Great pass to Kersey.
Oh, boy. Oh, they call an offensive foul.
Oh, my.
And Murphy, he took that one because he is right in the line, our line to the basket that time. He ran right in front of Drexler. He forced Drexler to make the pass and then took the charge. And it's not underneath the rim. If it was underneath the rim, you probably wouldn't get it. Now, just watch this. Now, watch how they take that. Boom. Great call.
Back to live action. Inside with 4 seconds left. Portland comes down with the loose ball. Ainge has Drexler. He lets it fly. Doesn't get it. What a 3rd quarter for the Minnesota Timberwolves. They add 35 points onto their lead, and they lead it now by 16, 87-71. Quarter number 4 upcoming. Ainge with the save. He has Porter. Pull up.
Come right back at him. Come right back at him. Make him pay for that.
Brooks will try to dish it off to Mitchell, throws it away, but it hit off a Blazer foot. Minnesota has it with 17 on the shot clock.
I would have liked to have seen little Brooksy take that one that time because he had his shoulder ahead. Now you just watch this. Take it down and go for the shot, but take it up with the left hand. Don't try to force the action.
Glass with age on him. Pack giving Brooks a lot of room out front. Glass over range in and out. Outlet to Porter. Pack on the right. Age is spotting up inside to Porter instead, and he gets the 2.
That was a beautiful pass.
His first field goal of the second half for Terry Porter.
Remember we said now we have a dynamite scoring team in Portland. You know they're tough defensively. You're up uncharacteristically by 13 in this last quarter. Now you cannot fall asleep and have bad shot selection.
Glass takes it in strong as Pooh Richardson and also Tony Campbell will come back in the T-Wolves lineup. West will sit down. He gets a nice round of applause, a well-deserved one.
Well, they did a remarkable job. West and Brooks and Glass, they have played extremely well all night long.
Foul was on Danny Ainge. That is his first personal foul. Glass goes to the line. Here's what Minnesota did coming into tonight. Notice the field goal percentage.
That's not the team that we're seeing for 3 quarters.
No.
Now, Jimmy Rogers said they always have one bad quarter. We have not seen it tonight, and that's why we said at the top, when you play this up-tempo style, you know, can they keep it up for the 48 minutes?
Calls it their clinker quarter. Kersey just parked underneath, misses the easy bunny shot, but he gets the rebound and the return.
Sitting in the stands here right now, you're getting nervous.
Sorry, you're a fan, you're getting nervous. The lead is 12.
Good move by Rick. He's come with all of his quick people, and they're crushing you all over the place. Yeah, they're trading baskets with you. But all of a sudden now, Portland is getting easier shot opportunities.
Biggest lead in this game is 21. Richardson lets it fly with 1 on the shot clock. And that is a foul by a rookie that Rick Adelman just does not like, obviously. The shot clock had 2 on it. Well, it was on Kersey. It wasn't on Pack. It's Kersey's 3rd. Jimmy Rogers goes to his bench again as Tyrone Corbin comes back into the lineup for the T-Wolves. Or will come back in. Jerome Pooh Richardson got his nickname Pooh from his grandmother, believe it or not, from Winnie the Pooh. As Glass gets a nice round of applause, he sits down.
Now, Jimmy Rogers has come back with his starting unit, except for the center position. He's leaving Murphy in there because Spencer and Brewer both have 4 fouls.
Boy, Pack blows by everyone. What a move by the rookie.
Did he elevate?
Wow. My goodness, nickname him Rocket. Jimmy Rogers wants a timeout, and a good one at that. 9:21 left to be played, and the lead is down to 11. We'll be back.
Great play, but offensive rebounding, they have really come to life. Now, we're sorry to say, but TNT, always tough defensively. Look at this. Come on now. We stopped the Wolf in a slam dunk. All right? Come on now.
Always tough defensively.
That's right.
That's great. Oh. 9:10 left. 11-point lead by Minnesota, led by as many as 21 in the ballgame. Richardson has to force it up, doesn't get it. Murphy trying to get some position underneath to no avail. Pack to Porter to the hole. Count it.
Now, this unit for the Wolves out on the floor. Since they've been out here, they have not had a good shot. A low percentage shot on every release. Everything is one-on-one. They're not making it happen.
Good example right there. Mitchell can't find the handle. Here comes Porter, and Dalton Spencer had to play off the bench. Pack can't get the layup. Porter touches it last. They're going to check. Nope, they say that Minnesota touched it last.
Big miss. Big miss that time. Pack came up on the other side. You know, you're going to see this replay. Now, as Pack comes up on the other side, the defensive guy lays off. But you see, he just doesn't give it enough height to hit that box and drop inside.
Could have used some height from the dunk to maybe equal it out. Pack sits down. Drexler comes in. Drexler patted the rookie on the backside, so don't worry about it.
Now you got to push. You must push. This unit has got to get some energy like they came out in that first quarter.
Lead is 9. 16 turnovers now for Portland. 1 above their season average. The crowd very tense at this point. 19,000 plus. Mitchell backs in, and he doesn't get it, but that'll be an offensive foul.
Now, that's a power forward being defended by Danny Ainge. Great defense by Danny from behind, and he couldn't score because he doesn't have a game and it's back to the basket.
Right.
If they're going to have Ainge on your power forward, this guy must post up Ainge and score.
Well, that hurt. 9-point lead. Blazers gradually chipping away. No sense of urgency yet.
This is smart. Right here, one-on-one Drexler.
That's a gimme.
Yeah, well, you got a big forward out there, and he's nervous that he's going to go by him, so he gives him that 17-foot shot. Remember we said a long time ago, they were down 18, and there was still 10 minutes to go, and you know they're never out of it. Why? Because they're an excellent defensive team, and somebody's just got to wake them up.
Clyde has hit his last 5 shots. He has 35 points, and that is 4 above his season high, so he's got a new season mark. Once again, not a very good shot. Richardson tries to track it down, and Drexler's whistled for the foul, and that'll be his 5th.
Yeah, good hustle by Drexler. Now, this is a decision now. You have 7:20 to go. Now, does Rick take him out? Now, you're going to say it's a great effort by Drexler right here. Now, you're saying that's his 5th. That's the decision. Now, Rick Adelman has left him in the game. He's going to call a timeout. He's going to talk to Drexler. But this is the only guy on this team that he allows to play in pressure situations with long minutes left with 5 fouls. He's done it in the playoffs on many occasions.
Trailed by as many as 21, but now the lead is down to 7 at 91-84 with 7:20 showing on the clock. Drexler will sit down.
See, everything depends upon how he's feeling. Maybe he just wants to give him a little blow right now. But they always talk it over. And many nights, especially in playoff games, he would stay out there right now. Totally surprising you. And he has really a keen ability to stay out of that 6th foul.
They are howling in Minnesota. We have a foul. That'll be on Robinson. That'll be his 5th.
And we want to remind you, last year, Portland defeated Minnesota 4-0. They're 30-1 against expansion teams. So you know that they came in lethargic early, and they're trying to play this a one-quarter basketball game, man.
Portland 6 of 10 here in the quarter after 8 of 29 in the 3rd quarter. Food pulls the trigger, doesn't get it.
Look up.
Here comes Porter. Richardson gets a hand on it, makes the save. Campbell is hit hard by Kersey, and they're going to jump it up.
Yeah, the fans want a loose ball foul on Jerome Kersey. They thought that he threw a cross-body block, and I'm Jimmy Rogers. I'd be up complaining on that call all night long. But hey, when you have a young team and you have an expansion team, you never get that call. Just watch this. You're going to see. All right, now once it came off the right, there's your body block. See, and that's what they were looking for. Loose ball foul.
Good hustle by Pooh Richardson. 7-point Minnesota lead. Corbin tries to go around, doesn't get it. That is his 4th personal foul.
See, if they're going to play the 2 post guys up at the top of the circle, all you have to do is front them on the strong side where the basketball is, and that way they cannot make that straight-in pass.
Back in the ball game for Portland. Porter dishes off inside. Robinson, he is hammered. And that'll be on Spencer. That is 5 on the big guy.
It's all right. You cannot allow him to score that layup. You must go for the shot. If you get the block, great. If not, foul him and foul him hard and make him go to the foul line and make the shots.
Robinson now 2 of 3 from the line, 67%. He has 4 points to go along with 5 rebounds. Shot 65% last year from the line. He rolls this one over the top. A little pressure again by Portland.
I give Rick a lot of credit. He has stayed with this small unit. He just keeps shuffling all of his athletes, and he's keeping these big people out of the game.
The lead is 5. Minnesota has been scoreless the last 3 minutes of the contest. Spencer to Richardson. Shot clock at 5. That's the 4th one. Who had to force up. Doesn't get it. Rebound into the hands of Buck Williams. The fans really restless at the Target Center. On top to Porter. Robinson working on Mitchell. Mitchell bumped off the play. Rebound by Spencer.
Nice. Yeah, push. You have to push. You just cannot get there. You go.
And I think Pack went up through the basket to block that away.
And it'll be interesting because they should call goaltending.
They should call goaltending.
That's absolutely right.
And they're not going to call goaltending.
No, they're not. They're going to just take a look at this basket now. As that ball goes up, he gets fouled. Yes. Oh, he did. That was his hand.
He came on the other side.
Yeah, we thought that we had Pack coming up underneath. The Minnesota must continue to push the ball on every Portland miss or turnover. You need easy baskets. You are a young team, and you cannot say that you're going to beat Portland in a half-court game in the last 5 minutes and 47 seconds.
Mitchell, 8 points, 8 rebounds. He is now 4 of 5 from the line. That was his first miss. So Minnesota finally breaks that scoreless streak. The lead, however, is down to 6 with 5:40 left to be played. Porter on Campbell. Kersey setting the pick. Kersey rolls off. Nobody really picks him up. We're getting a battle of whistles now.
Minnesota foul number 24,
Richardson's second personal foul. Kevin Duckworth up off Portland's bench. Pack at the line. And he gets it. I'd like to remind you, tomorrow on TBS, our sister stations, SEC football, the Auburn Tigers versus the Georgia Bulldogs. Bob Neal, Tim Foley, all the action, 12:35 on TBS.
Now, it's an interesting substitution. Minnesota has taken out Dalton Spencer and brought in West. They're trying to go quickness with quickness. The guy on the line Pack has done a terrific defensive job on the point guard to Richardson since Richardson has come back into this game in the fourth quarter.
5-point lead nearing the 5-minute mark. Corbin to Mitchell inside. The right-hander goes down. Quickly pat down court. He'll throw it up. He's got it again.
See, they were happy that they scored, Ron. They were happy. They did not hustle back, and Pack made that happen.
That's the second time the rookie from Southern Cal has done that. The lead is 5 inside of 5 minutes. Clearing it out for Kuhn. Corbin's pull-up 17. Nothing but the bottom of the net.
And this was this poor shooting team that were complaining about shots. Yeah. If these have been the shots that they've been getting, you're supposed to make these shots.
That's right. Well, that's what Jimmy Rogers said. He goes, we were missing 15-footers. Now Murphy has to switch on Porter. They go with the double team. Shot clock at 8. Pack sees a little open again, and the rookie is putting on a show.
I tell you, this young man, he is really going to make it happen. Like Rick told us today, he has such confidence. He thought he could make this team from the very first day of practice. Not bad for a guy who was a free agent who you pick up. He was the MVP in the LA Summer League.
Corbin lets it go, doesn't get it. Porter with the rebound. Pack with 7 points in the fourth quarter.
You got to get back there, Timberwolves.
Kick it back out to the rookie. He'll let it go for 3. It goes 2-point range. Rick Kersey comes up with it. Rick Allen wants a timeout.
See, that was smart. Good timeout because it was an air ball, and there are only 11 seconds left on the shot clock. Rick Phil, I'll call one now and set up a play. Now we're going to give you a penetration on the baseline, a beautiful bounce pass in to the post-up player. Now watch the score by Minnesota. But what we want to emphasize is how quickly Portland gets the ball inbounds to Pack. And here comes Pack. See, he catches guys running backwards and then challenges and takes it right to the hole. He might have even had a 3-point play there because he was definitely bumped. Now, the thing that you do not want to do as a defensive player, you never want to run backwards going down the floor. Now, we want to show you this. Neither team has a foul to give. Both teams are shooting the penalty. Now, the Blazers have the 2 full and have 120.
Portland has outscored Minnesota 22-9 so far in the fourth. 23-9 as Porter hits another three, his second.
What did we tell you about him? He always looks for the three with the shot clock down. You must get up on top of him. He is famous for that.
The lead is 2. It was 16 at the end of 3.
Now comes half-court offense. Now you've got to come up here and put bodies on people. Make it happen.
Corbin using the left hand on Drexler. The shot won't go down. Tip. We've got a loose ball, and that'll be against Minnesota.
See, the big difference in this quarter, Ron, is any time that Minnesota misses, there are no second shot attempts. First half, we said give them their due. They had 14 offensive rebounds. Second half, they're just not getting it done in that area.
The foul was on Doug West. I didn't think he was even in that pile. That's his third. I thought it was on Corbin. We'll go down the other end and shoot it with Buck Williams.
Now, Buck has never been a real big foul shooter. He's shooting 69 right now. And it'll be just like Buck to step up there and make these two and tie this game.
Knock them both down. A versatile player, missed only 23 games in his 10-year career. And he ties it up.
A terrific guy to have on your side because he's nothing but class and excellence for you in the locker room.
First tie since we were knotted up at 46 back in the second quarter. 3 minutes left to be played in this ball game, knotted up at 96 apiece. A lot of standing around now by Minnesota.
Oh boy, they bought a break. They bought a break. Yeah, see, Buck is laughing right now. Why? He has been an all-defensive first-team player for the last 2 years, 90 and 91. First-team all-defense. You know, you're not accustomed to having that called on you because a lot of these guys who play the big forward position play one hand denying a pass and the other around your waist.
That's right. That's right. And also the fact that Buck Williams doesn't have the big numbers of a lot of all-defensive teams. Todd Murphy misses the first.
Well, that's his first free throw attempt of the season.
Palmer steps up and drains the second. 1 point advantage inside of 3 minutes.
Now they get the ball with Drexler. And now watch out for a double screen on the right side. There he is right there.
Porter dishes off inside. What a pass and what a play by Kersey.
Now that's their favorite play. They give the ball to Drexler at the top and then they run a staggered screen on the baseline for Porter.
Portland's first lead since 46-44 in the second. They have come from 21 points down.
Well, you're seeing a perfect example in this league of a great veteran team that can play defense, and they've been in this situation so many times in big games that they can execute.
That was an ugly shot, but Sam drains it again. Mitchell.
I'm happy for him.
I am too.
He's playing a really solid game tonight.
He has 13 for the ball game. Drexler, the one-man show, has to give it up. He's lucky. They had his back turned.
They were lucky that time. That was a bad pass by Drexler. They lucked out because Sam Mitchell was looking at Buck Williams rather than at the ball.
Mitchell loses the handle, but Pooh Richardson picks it up, calls a timeout.
Now Mitchell, Ron, was looking for a foul. Now, you're not going to get that. So when you go strong. If we shoot and miss, no crying, no complaining. Get back in your transition defense.
16 on the shot clock. 1:40 on the game clock. The rookie out of Southern Cal on Richardson. Drexler on Mitchell.
5 seconds here.
West puts it up over Porter.
Big shot. Porter could not have played him any better. That was excellent defense. Just a terrific shot by West.
Good D by Terry. He was all over him.
Now remember, both teams are shooting the penalty. Portland has 2 timeouts. Minnesota 3. Watch the three-point shot there.
Porter takes it in strong, has it blocked right into the hands of Kersey, another 24. Drexler for 3, doesn't get it. And Pack comes down with the rebound. He puts it up. He's got it.
When people launch a 3, invariably the ball will always rebound out to the foul line.
We saw it happen in the first half. 1 point, Portland lead inside of a minute. Murphy goes down hard.
See, Porter's all upset. It was a solid screen set by Murphy to free West up, coming on the right side. Now we're going to show you this replay. Porter's all upset because he feels that he did not foul. Now watch the screen to the right. Well, you can see right there, Porter's put the forearm right into Murphy. A little acting job by Murphy, no doubt about it.
1 of 2, make it 2 of 3. We are tied up at 102.
Now remember, this guy has not shot a free throw until his last 30 seconds of this game.
And he doesn't get the second, so we will go to the last 47 seconds, beginning with a timeout by Portland. The game is tied at 102. Now Rick Adelman says he wants a 20-second timeout. He changes it, quickly goes to the 20.
Well, I'll tell you why he did that. I think he did it for this reason. Because they started to advance the basketball. See, he's asking right now, were we advancing the basketball? All right, if they called, if the referees felt that they were advancing the basketball, then he did not want to use the timeout because they would still have it in the backcourt. Use the 20-second because you're going to get it on the side.
Well, the whole time during the 20-second timeout, he was talking to the officials, and now he only has a couple of seconds, really, to talk to his team.
Yeah, but he knows what he wants to run here right now. So, not a problem there. You have a tie game. Portland with 2 timeouts. Minnesota with 2.
And now Minnesota wants a full timeout. 47.0 on the clock. We are knotted up at 102. Don't turn the dial yet. This isn't over. Portland 2 full timeouts left. Minnesota 1. We are tied at 102 with 47 seconds. 22 on the shot clock. What do you do now? Do you take the quick shot or do you wait for the 22 to run down?
Now, a lot of guys will do this. A lot of guys will come up the floor quickly and say, look, we want a shot within the next 10 or 12 seconds. Because if we shoot and they do get the ball back, they go down the other end. We're guaranteeing ourselves the last shot of the game with plenty of time on the clock. Now, other guys will come up and say, listen, I don't care about this 2-for-1 business. I want a good shot, preferably something, if we're going to the basket, that we might get fouled. Now, that's what he's saying. And then if the shot goes up, crash the offensive board. And remember, transition defense right now is the most important.
There is the man for Portland, Clyde Drexler. Had 16 in the first half, 35 now for the game, and here we come with Pack. He is 5 of 8 from the floor, 11 points, 9 in the fourth.
Now they're looking down inside, and they screened away from what? Now they're going to clear out and give Drexler a one-on-one.
Drexler on Campbell. Campbell slams it away.
5 seconds, plenty of time.
Pack, the rookie, he's got it!
What a job he's doing. He is doing a terrific job.
There is a 2-second difference between the shot and the game clock.
Jimmy Rogers, he's not calling time. He had his play. He talked to his ball club.
Shot clock at 9. This could be it. And fittingly, the rookie will take it in because he has been the difference in the fourth quarter.
Tough call. See, right now, Jimmy Rogers is going to the referee. Where is the foul call? Where is the foul call? Now, this is what we talked about before at the last timeout. You're not going to get the foul. You're a young basketball team. No respect. That's Buck Williams. You were stripped by a rookie except for one thing. When you play the quality teams in this league, you cannot expect the call. And they bumped him. Buck Williams bumped him, and then he was stripped, and then the outlet pass to Pack, and it's only fitting that this young man should end it with a basket here. Now, Jimmy Rogers, you're looking at it. You have 6.4 seconds to go. You are down 4 points. Now, you say to yourself, well, we have our timeout. We have got to score quickly. Throw on the full court press. Do not allow them to inbound the ball. Force them to call a timeout. All right, the big thing now is everybody, we've got to score quickly, deny the inbound pass because foolish things have happened before, Ron. A guy panics, tries to get the ball in too quickly and passes it right to your defense.
How about this, UB? Pack is 7 of 10 from the floor, 13 in the fourth quarter, 15 for the game. That is his NBA career high. But more importantly, he has scored the last 6 points for Portland. And this is a rookie that's a free agent, we might want to remind you.
Yeah, but let's underline the point that I brought up with about 3 minutes to go. Since Pooh Richardson has come into this game in the last quarter, Pack has shut him down. Pooh Richardson has not even scored in this period of time. He has done an excellent job on him. Now, anytime you have a player of Drexler's caliber, you always move him to that small forward position. You play with 2 guards. Now, usually it's Danny Ainge in there with Porter, but not tonight. Pack is really stepping forward and showing the coaching staff at Portland not only what he can do offensively, but defensively.
You talk about how the job he's done on Pooh Richardson. Pooh is 0 for 3 in the fourth. There's a 3-pointer on the way, and that'll just about do it. Portland will go 4 straight as the whistle sounds, and that is it. An excellent effort by Minnesota. And we've got a little pushing and shoving going on, but we're going to separate them.
No, they're going to call it. They call the foul. Yeah, they're going to shoot the shot at the other end.
Free throw. Kersey, they're going to say there was a 1/10 of a second left on the clock. So it's just elementary whether it'll be 108, 102, or 106, 102. Let's see what happened again in the last 1/10 of a second.
See, you have an option. There's a foul. I mean, they have right in front of us, and there should be 1 second on the clock. I don't know what they'll do here with the clock. They're letting it go, and they're letting him shoot the foul shots right now. It's interesting that they went for a 3, Ron, because they went for a 3 hoping that they would get fouled. I was kind of surprised about that because the one thing you're not going to do is foul. I know it's happened before, but the odds of that happening are maybe 1 in 1,000. Right. Now, what you try to do also is score the quick basket and then allow your defense. You got to have some faith in your defense that you might get the inbounds pass